Good evening, everyone. This is Bremster, and I'm about to do the last Epoch session that normally means that my entire last Epoch cycle is going to be over. Normally when I do an admin session to clean up my stash and do my respec for my endgame build, I find out that I don't like the endgame build and I stop playing shortly after. But it's time that I did that, so because the leveling build is kind of done. So this is not going to be a session where you see any gameplay. This is purely going to be administration. So if you're wanting to watch me like kill bad guys, this is not the session to watch. This is going to be the one where I put the new build together. I am following a build guide because this next build is apparently incredibly fun and incredibly powerful. There is no way I could put a build like this together. So I'm going to log into Kemet and I am going to try and put the build together. Hey, Keith. As soon as I started streaming, I got a message from the missus. Ah, no. It's the message I asked for. That's fine. Okay. So I'm not worried about prophecies. I am going to go to the end of time. And the first thing I want to do is try and remember how I respec. I think I go... because I don't think I could just do it. I think I have to go and talk to someone. I think it's down here. I'm doing okay.
Hello, traveler.
So, I basically want to respec all. Oh, Lord. Oh, it's going to cost 64,000 gold. Right, and let's start from scratch. So I probably didn't need to do all of that, but it's fine. Why am I not spending points? Oh, because I was in respecing points. So I want 8 points in Arcanist. Done. I then want 2 points in Scholar. Done. I'm just following a build guide. I want 3 points in Mage Flurry. Done. And then I want 2 more points in Scholar. Why I didn't do it the other way around, and then I want Knowledge of Destruction up to 5. That allows me to unlock Sorcerer, and I'll never be back to Mage. So I go to Sorcerer, where I want Mana Shell, 5 points. I then want Calculated Destruction, 5 points. I then want Wisdom, 6 points. I then want Lost Knowledge, 5 points. I'm worried I've got this wrong. Calculated Destruction then goes up to 8. Mana Shell then goes up to 6, which unlocks Crackling Precision. No, this is correct. Which I do 5 points in. I then put 10 points into Arcane Insight. All the way to the bottom of the jar. I then apparently want 4 points in Arcane Current. Apparently this is what is incredibly important. I then want 3 points in Mana Well. And I can't do it. I haven't unlocked Mana Well yet. So what is it talking about? What have I missed? I haven't... So... And this is the thing I was worried about. Because these build guides are absolutely terrible at telling what you need. So after I unlock Crackling Precision... it's 5 points in Crackling Precision and 10 points in... Ah, there was a... No, I got that. Oh, hang on. I've got 4 out of 5. Am I supposed to have 5 out of 5? In Arcane Current? No, just 4? Oh, and then it's another point in Crackling Precision. That's what I didn't put in. So I'm actually going to put that back in. Okay. So there's the 6 point in Crackling Precision, and now it's 3 points in Mana Well. And then 5 points in Archmage. Then I go into Rune Master. And I spend 4 points in Sphere of Protection. Then I spend a point in Unsealed Mana. Then I spend 8 points in Unsealed... Arcane Focus. I've got 10 unspent points. I put another 2 points into Sphere of Protection. And then I'm putting points into Mental Catalyst. No, Catalysis, which is here. And I want to put 6 points in. I don't know how all this works, but I trust it. Then I go into Blade Master, the Spell Blade, and Arcane Warden. I'm putting my points into there. And that's where I'm up to for now. I don't have more points yet. I haven't stopped you watching her Duck Detective VOD. You should go watch her Duck Detective VOD. Now comes the tricky bit. So the next thing I want to do is on the right button, I put Frost Claw, wherever that is. there. On button here, I put Mana Strike, which I think is that one. Here I want the Flame Orb, and here I want Meteor. Apparently that's the build. Now comes the bit where I completely destroy all of my abilities. In here, I want to put Mana Strike. Right, I start with Arcanist's Blade. 3 points. Then Swift Sap. 1 point. Sprite Blade. 1 point. Mana Drain. 4 points. Mana Cleave. 1 point. And Critical Mana. Have I done this right? 3 points into Arcanus Blade. 1 into Swift Sap. 1 into Spirit Blade. 4 into Mana Drain, 1 into Mana Cleave, and I've got 1 left to put into Critical Mana. Wherever that is. There. Okay. The next skill I want is Meteor. Force of Impact, 1 point. Aftermath, 3 points. Rapid Descent, 3 points. Twin Meteors, 1 point. Craterborn, 2 points. And Celestial Celerity, 1 point for now. The next one I want is Teleport, and I need to see what needs to be different. So I want 2 points in Crystal and Passage, so let's remove points. I can remove 1 point from there. Actually, I want points there, but not yet. Time Dilation. I don't think I want any of this. I don't want Resonant Plasma, so this all goes away. I want Comet Rush, but Crystalline Passage. Then I want Time Dilation, where I want 1 point. Then I want Mana Tunnel, where I want 1 point. Then I want Tunnel Finder. I think I'll do this for now, because I can say that I've got 3 points in Tunnel Finder, and I've already got all 4 points in Comet Rush, and when I get the next points, I'll make up the difference. So that will work. All the other points have gone away, and that should work. The next one is Flame Ward. Stalwart Defense. That's all good. I don't need to get rid of that. So I've got the 5 points in Stalwart Defense. Concentrated Shielding. I definitely want to keep those. So that's good. Fortification. I want to keep that. That's good. Fuel the Flames. So let's respec. Remove points. I don't want Warden Pulse. Fuel the Flames. I want to keep 2 points in that, so that's good. Dual Aegis and then Barrier. I don't want Desperate Defense. And I don't want Dilation. So the next point is in Dual Aegis. Which is there. Okay. And then the final one this is Snap Freeze, which I get rid of. So respec, despecialize skill. And on this, I want to put Frost Claw. I want Shiver Shell. Shiver Shell. Then I want a point in Glamdring. Then I want a point in Cold Star. Then I want a point in Onward Through the Snow, or On Through the Snow. Then I want a point in Ever Onward. Then I want a point in A Crack in the Ice. Then I want a point in Frozen Malice, which I think is that one. Then I want a point in Fen of the Frozen, which I think is over here somewhere. Then I want a point in Bright Frost. Then I want a point in Hand of Morditus. And then I want a point of Volley of Glass. And that gets me to as far as I can take the build right now. Right, now. Everything needs to change. The first thing I can do is take off my current helmet and put that on. Mana and Intelligence. Well, actually, but I don't want that, so that can just go into Helms and Boots. So now I go to the gear section, and here's where things get messy. So, uniques. Mad Alchemist Ladle. Apparently this is amazing for the build. So that's a low level one. And the rolls on it are terrible. So do I have a better wand? Strong Mind, is that an amulet? Strong Mind, that is one of the amulets that's listed as potentially good. But let's see what I can put together. So, on a wand, I want spell crit strike chance, like that. So all of these wands, the scepter is garbage, the axe is But I've got some wands that I could potentially use. This one has the best potential. Chance to chill on hit is terrible. So I need to roll really well with this one. First thing, I need the necrotic damage to become something better. So what I can do is I can put this in. I can clear this, and I want to use a glyph of despair on the necrotic damage. Done. Actually, I probably should have used it on the chance to chill on hit, but then I want to use a glyph of chaos on the chill on hit. Fine. Let's just get this good right now. So what I want is crit strike multiplier. So that is not perfect, but it will do. And what I want to do is I want to make a stash tab. So I want to grab the old hat, which was that one. I want to grab a stash tab, and I want to call it Glacier Build. And I'll give it a white color. And I'll put that in and that in. Okay, so there's the wand done. The next one is the offhand catalyst. So, what do I have as offhand catalysts? Knowledge of a raised man is not good. There is a particular one I want. So this will go into... These will both go in here. Final build, I just need to get something that is vaguely good. That's an offhand catalyst potential. That's an offhand catalyst potential. Right, now. What I'm looking for is crit strike chance on, like, that one. That's going to be the best possible one I could get. Increased elemental damage is not the best thing I could get. So we go to the forge. We put in that and we try and put that in. And we've got it. The next thing I want is resistances. So the resistances are good. And I'm going to need a lot of necrotic. But in here I want crit strike multiplier. That's a good start. That goes there. And these go back into here. Amulet. Now, the best thing I could get is an Oracle Amulet. There's an Oracle Amulet with mana on it. So that's pretty good. So let's see if I can turn this into something good. Let's try and chaos that. Let's try and stick that in. Let's try and chaos that. Oh! Thank you. And then I'm going to want resists, but I don't know what resists I want. So that will go into my old glacier build. This goes back in here. And from my forge, this gets equipped until I know what resists I need. I've got my helm. The next one is body armor. So I've got a couple of pieces of body armor. Now, the main thing I would want is intelligence, like that one. I don't even know why I've got that one. So let's shatter that. That one has intelligence as well. That one is better. That one is just good. That one's a really good start. So I'll put this into the final build down here as done. And that goes into my glacier build. Next is boots. Now, I only have one set of boots here, and it's got movement speed on it, which is good. If I look here, so what I'm after ideally is Citadel boots with intelligence. Or movement speed. That's pretty good, actually. Those are pretty good. They're not Citadel boots, but they're pretty good. There's Citadel boots with movement speed and crit strike avoidance. I can't wear them. They require level 85. Okay. So it's one of these two. Although that's got intelligence and movement speed. And cooldown. Actually, the ones I'm wearing are fine. Forget it. The ones I'm wearing are great. They'll do. Gloves. So ideally Eternal Gauntlets, but I don't know that I've got any. With the right stats at least. I don't. So what have I got here? Increased crit strike chance. Well, that's apparently not perfect, but I want that stat. Mana, intelligence and mana. So let's see if I can do something with those. Necrotic resistance. I don't know what I'm going to need on my resistances. I'm going to need a lot of stuff. So let's see if I can turn the melee damage leached as health into something good. No. So this is being bricked. So I'm just going to shatter that and go back to my gloves, because the ones I've got, I mean, have mana and increased cast speed. But let's see if I can get something better. Crit strike chance is good. And physical resistance and dodge rating. So if I can put the dodge rating in, the physical resistance is definitely something I need. And here, I just want to add int. So I want Glyphs of Hope. And then I just want to add intelligence. Ooh, that did not go well. But I'll use them for now. The belt. Ideally, I want a Praetorian belt. Although the void resistance on that is really good. The lightning damage on that is good. The mana regen is not great, but this is going to do me for now, I think, because the cooldown recovery and the void resistance are really important. So what I want to do is I just want to try and upgrade the lightning damage. And that is a better belt for what I've got. So this goes into my Glacier build. Offhand Relic. Which I don't... Okay, so what I'm looking for here is Intelligence Mana. $102 mana, 86 mana. What can I do with this one? Spell damage is pretty good. And then resistances. So that's... Wait a minute. No, it's not offhand. It's Relic. Here's Relic. I don't have much with Relic. Oh, this is bad. I may have to put the old one back on. I can try this and see if I can turn it into something good. Because that's just junk. This one, there's a chance that I can chaos that into something useful. That's not... And cold res, that's, I suppose, okay. That's not what I wanted. And then I want resists here. Oh shit. Yep. Poison, I'm fine, actually. Actually, poison, I'm fine. So what I want to do is chaos the poison res. Void, perfect. Go back to hope. Upgrade the void. Upgrade the physical. Upgrade the physical. That's turned into something not too bad at all. Because my resists, apart from necrotic, are now looking pretty good. Some of them are way over. And I've still got to do rings. Now, Font of the Erased is not what I want. So that comes off, which will tank my resists. That goes into my Glacier build. There we go. Go back to the final build. Now, what I want on rings, intelligence, spell damage, lightning damage. Now, there's a bunch of necrotic resist, which I need, so great. The damage over time is terrible. So cold damage is not much better. Elemental is better. Do I want to gamble with this? No, I'm just going to do that. Here's one of them. So you'll notice the resists are looking okay. Now this has intelligence, which is good. Crit strike chance, which is good. Now the cold res is not what I need. So maybe I can... do that to the cold res, because the res I think I need is lightning. But let's chaos this and stick lightning on res on this. And there we go. My resistances are actually okay. I can take off some cold res. I can take that off. I can't take off the physical res. I can take that off. I can take off the poison res. I can take that off. I can take off the void. I can take that off. I can take that off. Mana spent Cadence Ward, which is a good one to have. That's actually not terrible. So we go back to all idols. And this is where things get a bit messy. So that is one of the better ones I can get. So apparently that is really good. So that goes straight in. That's not good. That's not great. So we go back here. We're looking for... what resist are we looking for? Just a little bit of physical. I'm okay. So if we go to all idols... that's an offhand catalyst. What's it doing there? That possibly was really good. But for now, I don't care. I'm not changing. Lightning resistance, lightning resistance, lightning resistance, lightning resistance. So I haven't been keeping the lightning damage ones. That's apparently good. Just look at mana. Just flat mana is apparently really good. That is a good one. Is that one better? Yeah, that one's better. None of the... Okay, yeah. Ward retention with resist or lightning damage. I haven't been keeping the right things. Now, the thing that I want to do, and this is the thing that gets messy, is I want to go into this loot filter, export, copy to clipboard, then I go into loot filters. I want to add a loot filter, paste clipboard contents, and I want to call this Frost Claw Strict. Confirm. And that will give me a strict Frost Claw. Now, the thing that I want to do is check one more thing. Told you this was going to be a boring session, but I did want to include everything. I'm probably going to end this stream and start a new one in a minute. What I wanted to do is go to the offhand I'm looking for is Fragment of the Enigma, which comes from the Stolen Lance timeline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this stream. So I'm going to literally leave game to character selection. I'm going to end this stream and then I'm going to jump into a non-admin session and see if I can do any play. So I will be back on a new stream in a few minutes, because that was 45 minutes of admin, and I said this was going to be an admin session, so let's see how this goes. I'll be back in a few.